Hey now! What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I just got done watching kind of a random film. I'm not gonna lie, I became aware of the movie like a week ago, and it was available for me to watch. I'm talking about a film called Black Friday. This is a 2021 film that was directed by Casey Tebow. And the plot. The plot is we follow a group of characters who work at a toy store, appliance store, what have you. And they're having to work Thanksgiving night going into Black Friday. So, of course, you have your typical Black Friday sale where the customers are rabid and crazy and they really want to get in that goddamn store to buy the items. But also, the zombie apocalypse, I guess, happens in this store. You see customers just sort of slowly become zombies, go even crazier, and now the workers have to try to band together and survive the night. Now, what I think of Black Friday is I enjoyed the movie. I did. I'm not going to say that it's a great film. I'm not going to say it's a perfect movie. I'm not even going to say that it fully accomplishes everything that it set out to accomplish. No, it has some issues. It has things that I do think maybe could have been written better or done better. But for the most part, for the very low budget that I can tell it had, and for the resources that it had, I think this movie is a lot of fun. Let's talk about some of the actors. We have Devon Sawa, who I feel like there was a period where you didn't see him for a while, but the last few years he's been back sort of out there and doing some random type projects ever since The Fanatic, that movie he did with John Travolta and Fred Durst, and even more recently, the Chucky TV series, which is funny because there is a scene where one of the characters is in the back room flicking through the channels, and on the TV, Curse of Chucky is on TV. I don't really get the reference or what other thing that could have met other than maybe to Devon Sawa. I don't know. He's at the age where I wouldn't blame him if he didn't give a shit, right? At this point, it's like he's been doing it for so long and he's in a lower budget type film to where he's better than this, if we're being honest, but he's still performing, he's still giving a good performance, and he's still playing a character that has way more layers to him than I think it even needed to have. Again, just a little extra. I don't know if that was the actor bringing that to the role or if he, for whatever reason, was written better than a lot of the other characters here. We have Michael Jai White, who I'm sure everybody knows as one of the coolest martial art action guys out there. I kind of wish he had more to do. Some of the younger and newer actors that I don't really recognize from anything else. Ryan Lee plays, I guess, more of the main character, Chris, the guy who his family doesn't really like him. He's working this job. He doesn't have much friends, and I guess he thinks of himself as a loser. I guess I don't know. And you have Ivana Bakuri as Marnie, and I liked her a lot. I did. She kind of had a thing, her character, with Devon Sawa, but because she was so much younger than him, I guess everybody in the store had opinions about that. But Bruce Campbell, we can't forget that Bruce Campbell, yes, Ash himself, is in this movie, and you can't help but draw the parallels to Ash and Evil Dead for sure, especially given the way that these zombies or possessed people, whatever the hell they are, given the way that they looked, they did remind me of the Deadites from the Evil Dead franchise and how impossible they were to kill. And yeah, his character isn't like Ash, but it's just nice to see Bruce Campbell just in general. And there were a couple of lines, a couple of quippy moments that he had that was probably more improv because it felt like classic Bruce Campbell in those moments. I mentioned the zombies. I really like the zombies here. I mean, I don't fully understand like where they came from or how the infection works because they're not really your traditional zombies. They're not like The Walking Dead or Dawn of the Dead. They're not like that, you know? They're more like, they remind me more of the zombies from The Last of Us video game or the Resident Evil movies, right? Where maybe it's a virus. There's various different ways to cause infection other than just biting, but also you would see zombies that like shot out like white web or whatever this white gooey stuff was that would come out of their mouths or their hands, and they would use it to try to grab people or even go inside other characters' mouths to infect them. It was gross, and there was some practical effects going on there. I mentioned though that the budget was pretty cheap, so I'm not saying it looked great, but there were a couple of shots that I appreciated the practical effects. I appreciated that they didn't rely on CGI really much at all, and especially the ending. Towards the end, we get some creatures and monster effects that, again, maybe not. It's not your multi-million-dollar, hundreds of millions of dollar type of movie, but for what they had, for the resources that they had, I was like, wow, it's kind of impressive, and the fact that they're trying to go for something along these lines. The tone, probably hearing me talk about the movie and talk about the plot and talk about the zombies, you're expecting it to be more of a horror movie. And I guess in some ways it is, but in other ways it's more of a comedy. It's not as laugh out loud as a Zombieland or something along those lines, but I do think that it's humorous. It had a lot of more amusing moments than it did scary. Honestly, given the fun that I had, it's not the best writing. It's not the best, like, don't go into this movie expecting that. Just go in and don't think about it. Maybe have a couple of drinks. That probably made it a lot better too. I'm going to give this a good date movie. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you're at all curious, interested, or if you even know about this movie called Black Friday. If you want to watch it, did you see it? What do you think of it? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!